thing, and you get two answers. You get, well, they're not police, but like if I describe it to you, you would call them police, and then you get the people's lynch mob, and those are the two options.
I think the mob has not worked well.
I remember I was talking to a prison abolitionist, and they thought prisons.
Abolishing prisons.
They were like, well, like you could rehabilitate people to restorative justice, but I'm like, yeah, but like, what if you get someone and they're like, well, I just like love hurting people, and I'm not really interested in your restorative justice, and I think I'd rather just continue to hurt people. Like, what do you do with those people? And this person was like, oh, yeah, exactly. They were like, well, the community will take care of it, and I'm like, the people's like, it's one of the two.
But yeah, you could put them into like assisted living. Live where you tell them to, do what you tell them to for a sustained period of time before being reacclimated into society. You don't need to throw them into a prison.
I definitely think that hardcore libertarians and anarchists basically just sound like socialists and communists when they talk of like, oh, real anarchism hasn't been tried yet, you know.
Exactly. It's
100% binary, right?
Well, I think the anarchists, they're in like a paradoxical position of being more justified in that like you can't exactly point to something to say, yeah, this was the anarchy or something tried.
Actually,
but, like,
anarchism.
It's partly it doesn't track its own history because it's anarchic. Communism, because it's under a label, it started at a point. We have writing. We know when it's tried. We know how it fails. Anarchy exists in the ephemeral. Whenever it was tried, it must have been perfect. But some state came along and ruined it.
Actually, anarchism has been tried every time there is a revolution, and the only thing that anarchism causes is a stronger government afterwards because people cannot stand the chaos. I mean, there needs to be some law and a framework of rules because otherwise people beg for order and they beg for bigger governments.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what happens whenever there's a revolution. The people with the biggest sticks look around for whatever the most popular ideology is. They slap that label on themselves and then just assume the previous roles of power.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's more about the way the humans have found in a complicated way. And which, by the way, prime example really is Germany. Germany was a complex organization of many different peoples that a small minority, very vocal, takes control of the reins of authority of, right? Think of it, functional body, we voted, and this piece of shit is going to replace the brain now. But full apparatus, it was a functional state, a highly sophisticated functional state. Which is why it's just people organizing each other. And then what's the shift, whether subtly or large? It's arguments about how we should direct this complex organization of people, like a meandering machine, a pyramid of people.
Good Shabbos, everybody. B'boinei Shalorloim. I hope you're looking as forward to the Shekhinah as I am. Gekachin lichtigen deinoigen. Fushta!
Would any of the MAGA people like to defend adding $5 trillion to the budget or to the deficit or the debt over the next however many years?
Don't worry,
Trump's going to negotiate a beautiful deal. He's going to make a Trump coin. It's going to be worth $1 gazillion. What does that mean? He's going to define it. Numbers don't matter. Dollars don't matter. It's Trump's America. Hooray!
So if you go, Kevin, if you go to debtclock.org, you'll see there's funded debt and unfunded debt. The unfunded debt is $105 trillion. The funded debt is approaching $40 trillion, and we're paying over $100 billion a month now on interest. And Chairman Powell a week ago said it's unsustainable. So they are literally going to essentially just devalue the dollar further, and that's the beautiful thing about civilizational empire.
Yeah, because it is still the global currency. We have that Trump. They haven't been able to bypass that yet. When they do, the dollar will tank real fast.
And you know how that's true is because when you speak to international investors and international residents, say it's Singapore, China, Japan, it doesn't matter. The biggest worry on their head is, oh my God, America's wasting all the money. I have tons of dollars. Our government has tons of dollars. They are essentially diluting our shares. That's what the Federal Reserve and Congress is doing. They are diluting the global federal shares of dollars every single day in every single way. $1 million a second. That's how they do it.
How can I get some of that money?
You do indirectly.
Thank you.
It paid for part of your trip to Israel.
You have to be a part. You have to be a part of a monetized network. I think that's probably the most basic explanation.
See, Norm, you are part of a monetized network.
Thank you very much.
Not accepting new members, I believe.
Anybody who goes to prison, and I'm not speaking about anybody in this room necessarily, they're also benefiting from that money too, right?
That's right.
They're getting the famous 3 hots and a cot.
I should shower and I shave.
Damn. And plus free boyfriend. I'm sorry.
Oh, boy. That's not a good place to send people.
No,
Well, I would say you're all prisoners. I mean, you're all in a prison of your own ideology. I mean,
It would look like shipping them all off to Australia or something.
That's what I
That's
said.
fine last time.
So again,
I have spent a lot of time filming and reporting in prisons. It's quite an experience. I don't think I'll ever go back, but I learned a lot. I've been to Sing Sing multiple times. Las Lunas, New Mexico, medium security, which was incredibly dangerous. Jail in some southern state, I can't remember.
that's right.
Michoacan.
What's that?
Michoacan.
What about Michoacan?
I think that's where that is.
What? Las Lunas?
Yeah.
No, New Mexico, not Mexico.
Oh.
El Normo, do you view Clown House as being a prison, and is the Itty Bitty Titty Committee or Ultra Derecha essentially a web of despair with spiders that are catching flies?
Well,
Are you calling me a spider?
Biting off the head
No.
after having sex with your mate.
This is
No, that is not a spider. That is
Praying mantis.
I'm just saying a network essentially, but the whole thing is how do we raise the positive vibration of the entire network?
Do you think the praying mantis enjoys that, the male? Do you think it's like ecstasy?
Oh, child. Oh, child. Oh, child.
I use Clubhouse for something very specific. I use it to think. So it clarifies my thoughts because I articulate them. And often I write things down.
Well, I don't think that's a good strategy.
Why?
I don't think Clubhouse will teach you anything productive on it.
I have developed my thoughts in a lot of different domains, but one of them, of course, is the one that we all argue about all the time, Israel. Another one is, to a much lesser extent for me, is Torah, though we have discussed it.
Focusing like misery generator. Like, to me personally, I just on this app to waste time with you, motherfucker, because I can't take you guys seriously anyways. So I just come here to waste time, and that's about it. But you're not gonna learn anything on this app.
Well, I learn what I think.
Well, it doesn't matter what you think.
It does to me. That's all I got.
Do you know the song by Scorpions? You red drop in the rain, just a number, not a name. You know it? You don't see it. You can't believe it. It's called Humanity by Scorpions. You should listen to it. I don't know.
Thank you. And if it's fair, do you mind if I point out not to quit your day job?
I'm just saying, I would not encourage anybody to think about this app as anything productive. It's just a waste of time with people who are generally a waste of time. That's all it is.
Well, I get dopamine hits from it.
Oh, that's totally fine. No, I get that. Me too. But like, it's not productive. There's nothing productive here.
Well, for me, again, because I try to be careful with the way I speak, I think it develops my language skills.
There's a lot of neuroprogramming here. You can talk to Republicans about that. Republicans, the guy in the audience, on the stage, not like actual American Republicans, are undereducated like crazy.
Yeah, well, you do it all the time, Rabbi. You're practicing your English with us. I mean, as native English speakers, you think it's a waste of time, but I'm actually programming you with all of my sentiment, my words, my emotions, even. I have been essentially conditioning you for multiple years in the same way that Diego has been conditioning his dog, Brinzesia.
No, what I do is literally I put you on almost, not the lowest volume, but almost my computer, and like you're in the background. I'm just wasting. Seriously, I cannot take you seriously. There's no discussion. That's why I troll. I don't troll because I'm a troll.
Listen, all communication is spam. It's all hypnosis and projection, and that's all you're doing right now. You're just doing it again all the time. You're just spam communication, spam communication, spam communication. Because that's what you just told El Normo, that he's just a worthless nothing and everything he says is a worthless nothing. I mean, that's projection 101. That's spam. That's not good hypnosis, though. That's the point.
Say that to El Normo. I don't think El Normo is a waste. I don't think he's nothing. I think he wastes his time with people who are nothing, and I'm encouraging him to do otherwise.
Are you saying that clitorises are what's the plural of clitoris?
El Normo doesn't.
I don't know. Are you saying that clitorises are a waste of time and useless?
No, that's El Normo.
Clitori?
El Normo.
Danny.
But that doesn't.
Let's ask ChatGPT.
Do they really exist? That's kind of.
What?
There's probably a woman that has 2 clits.
I was thinking about.
I don't think so. Imagine that would be amazing.
I don't think I would like having 2.
Aren't they like Bigfoot? Like people are always looking for them, but they never find them.
Yeah, and if you don't use them, they disappear. I found out.
Are you kidding me? Don't tell me that.
The common plural of clitoris is clitorises, and the classical or technical plural is clitorides.
I'm a classic clitorid.
You're a classic clitorid. Clitorid.
Bringing it back to our earlier conversation.
So there's no conversation. Why can't you understand? There's no conversation with these people, man.
It's because all
These
communication
people.
is hypnosis.
Yeah, you're all literally. I mean, I don't want to say it because then you guys will, you come like leftists and call me racist and whatever. It had nothing to do with race. The fact that you guys are captivities to your own mindset, that's what makes you a nigger. And you guys simply don't seem to be able to comprehend these words. And again, that's not my.
You, on the other hand, have freed yourself of your complexes.
I've been born free. So what I'm
You were born retard. That we can agree.
You're born so free that when you put on the handcuffs, it's voluntary. You understand what you're doing.
Totally. I mean, have a conversation with.
What is worse, Diego? Being born free and putting your handcuffs voluntarily, or being born with handcuffs?
Definitely putting it on voluntarily.
I mean,
Never go full retard.
Yeah, that's Randy.
Come on, Randy.
You guys can say whatever you want. It doesn't matter. I accept all of it. It's not a big deal.
Look, at least Edmund really wastes time on purpose. It's intentional.
Yeah, see, this is the problem. This is what's wrong when racists call other people racist, or when people tell you they're a waste of time. They're wasting your time by telling you that you're a waste of time. Don't you see what you're doing, schmucko?
Yeah, exactly.
No, but they are a waste of time. I mean, do you disagree with me, Republicans, that these guys are a waste of time? Like, were you ever able to actually have an actual conversation?
No,
You know what Susan Sontag said? All things are interesting depending on the degree of attention you focus on them.
Mm.
Who said that?
I lost interest in the first part of that quote.
No, you couldn't pay attention.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but I would suppose that person is wrong because not everything is interesting.
No, she's of the tribe, so she's right by definition.
Everything can't.
Me?
I would admit to that.
I never checked. It's a fair assumption. I never checked to see if she was Jewish.
So you have to look at it from the perspective of people watching, or being what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? A voyeur. Because when I live stream all these rooms, people on the other end are looking at me, listening to you, and they're wondering, what the fuck am I looking at? So it provides an interesting juxtaposition in hypnosis. So again, back to what Diego said, at least I'm purposefully doing nothing. You're actually unpurposefully doing nothing. You see the difference?
Yeah, it's full retard. The reason that Ultra Richard gets a lot of hate is because he just hates that we do it better than he does.
No, it's simply the fact that like there's no discussion, dude.
Well, there never is. That's the definition of wasting time.
See, you immediately devolve back into the game again. So the whole game deals with one-upmanship, and you're doing like negative one-upmanship. And the point is, it's so purposefulness and stupid. It's just unbelievable.
We're talking about not talking about anything.
Exactly.
Telling you is that like there's
Imagine Randy complaining because somebody interrupts too much.
only 4 or 5 people. That's it. But like everyone, like look, dude, if you can't take someone seriously, what can you? If you can't educate me, then you should give me entertainment. How do you give me entertainment? That's why I troll you. If I troll you, that means I don't take you seriously.
I heard you smell like a Jew, Rabbi.
Wow, what an abomination!
How many people in here have never tasted a matzo ball? Just out of curiosity.
Me.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
I have never tasted a matzo ball.
You think you just clitoris day?
Matzo.
Oh my god.
Matzo what?
Cook.
Is it matzo clitoris?
Matzo clitoris.
What?
I have never tasted a matzo ball.
I'm always surprised to not. I mean, it just seems like such a part of the
It's just
language.
suicide. Just imagine you take salty crackers, crunch them up into a ball, and put them in water. That's it.
It's not that far. The amazing thing is that I was with a girl. I'll admit it. Okay. And
You made her taste your matzo balls?
No. She's like taking care of me because she's wonderful. She's like, and I got you matzo balls. I said, oh, that's so sweet. That's so thoughtful. So I said, do you want some? And she said, yeah, okay. I've never tasted this before. So she takes a taste of the matzo ball and she like spits it out. And she says, this is just a bunch of dough. And I'm like, I never thought of it that way. It's like it's like what Diego said. It's just like you chewed up a cracker and spit it out and shaped it into a ball.
So good. Like no one, I brought so many Gentiles to eat it, and they love it. Like I never had a bad reaction, and you're telling me.
Oh my God, go child.
I listen, Danny. To us, it tastes like home. It tastes like mom. You know.
But it's mothering.
Randy has only his right matzo ball.
What's that?
Randy has only his right matzo ball. He lost the link one.
Is he missing a bicycle?
The link one. Did I say link one? The links one. He lost his left one.
Check under the fridge.
Just talking about my balls.
It just never dropped.
Yeah, they're bad
still up there.
Danny, what's up with you?
Jesus, Danny.
Okay.
Go child.
Is this a new thing? Oh, child. Oh, child.
Yes, it is.
Ooh, child.
Things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child.
Anyway, where is
Get
this
right.
man? Where did he leave? I think Randy running away.
Oh, Mixed, so see, Mixed,
The bot is coming.
if Mixed was my son, I swear to God, I would drown him in the bathtub. I would drown him in the
You
bathtub.
have no idea, or maybe you do, how hot his wife is. She's like ridiculously hot.
El Normo. What, Leviticus chapter 20, verse 10?
What about it?
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's
I
wife.
don't covet. Believe me,
It sounds like it. It sounds, yeah.
Sounds like you want to covet her heart.
Does he
like
know?
Can't I be complimentary?
No,
No.
his wife is hot. Look. He wants to clap Big Zed's wife's ass.
That's not true at all. I'm very
Did you
talented.
meet
There's anything
her
wrong
in
with it.
person?
Not
Did you
that
meet her in real life?
I mean,
Yes,
I have only seen
Sister
her on
up.
TV.
many times.
She is out of his league. I will give you that.
Many
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, we all sort of
Meyer,
hang
come
out.
on stage. I
How
can't
long
invite you anymore.
Do you think that's why he's house bitch? That's because she's out of his league?
You know what makes her extra hot felt normal is all that like controlling and like wearing the pants in the relationship thing.
Well, that
What?
you
You
turn
find
off
that
the-
hot? Yes,
I don't-
I didn't know that
No,
you
that's
like
what they-
it.
that's what they
He means the opposite. He means the opposite.
I need
I
a
think
nice Jewish man so I could boss him around because the Greeks not let
You
you
already
know.
have a nice Jewish man. No, you have a nice Catholic man.
He's
Greek
Orthodox.
Orthodox. Oh, Jesus.
He's a Greek Orthodox.
Well,
that,
did you see, Randy? One of your people did marry a Jew.
He's not really Orthodox.
He's unorthodox.
He is.
But you don't marry anyone who's not Orthodox. I would not marry anyone.
Then I'm not really Jewish too.
Was it an interfaith marriage or the Orthodox Church refused to marry you guys?
We're not. I don't know the exact details. I know they're not supposed to let us. Now, if they let us, they're not supposed to let us.
They're not supposed to let you. That's why I'm saying I don't think Danny got married at the Orthodox Church.
No, of course not. They're not.
I'm not married, I guess.
There you go. He's not Orthodox.
Do you guys have pre-Canaan?
Even if they let me, I wouldn't do it because they're not supposed to let me. If they let me, that means something's up there. They're not supposed to do that.
So do you
Yeah,
need
that's
an
not like what
Orthodox Christian or like could you marry a Catholic?
No.
That's like a Woody Allen joke, right, Norm? I would never want to be part of a club that would have me as a member.
Randy's
Actually,
girlfriend.
Groucho Marx joke that Woody Allen repeated.
Yes, you're correct.
Danny.
Thank you.
Randy's girlfriend is an atheist.
Yeah. No.
So he doesn't.
There's no such thing as an atheist.
She's not an atheist.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is, El Normo.
I disagree.
No, she's not.
Yeah,
Really.
there's people that believe so
No,
strongly.
Norm, you're supposed to say I don't believe in that.
I don't
I
believe in
believe
that.
in it, but they believe so strongly that there is no God, that they believe in something. You know? There was a time I said I was agnostic because I believed in God. I just...
You could
Yeah.
literally, you could troll an agnostic or an atheist by literally telling them, prove to me that you're an atheist. And then you literally use the same exact logic to say, hey, you didn't really prove shit.
Yeah, that's funny. But it does get them pretty upset when I say I don't believe in atheism. It's a very weak religion. I call it a very weak religion.
Atheism is a thing.
What did you say? It's not a thing?
No, because whenever people don't believe in a god, they create their own god. I mean, that's been the history. At the same time, atheism just correlates with socialism. When you have socialism, you have atheism. When socialism is no more, atheism is more. It's communism.
Socialism is just a bad religion.
Like Evan thinks that the state can do all these things that God can do.
No, but
And also, in order to not believe in something, you need to first acknowledge it and then say, I
That's
don't believe
exactly it. That is exactly it. What is it exactly that you don't believe in?
The thing that you can't identify.
Oh, but
That's what they would say.
But you identified it. Otherwise, how can you not believe in it?
It's actually anti-Jewish to
Correct, that's what I'm
identify it,
saying.
isn't it? You can't even say his name.
That's not identifying him
Of course.
or them.
That's what Plato says is that first, you gotta identify first.
It's just that we don't name it in an inappropriate circumstance. We pray to God and we use his name.
Are we not supposed to
what are these-
understand it completely?
Okay. Norm, go ahead and tell me one of the secret names. Go ahead.
Like
No.
Lord?
No. The secret
Secret?
names. The ones that you're not
If
supposed to
it's
share.
secret, he will not tell
We
you,
don't
right?
have something that we don't share. We just don't use it in vain.
No, actually, well, let's be more precise about that, actually. We don't know
You don't know what?
He cut out.
Are we
Caleb, you want
talking
in the
good
matrix?
hey Vavke?
Are you allowed to say that?
Caleb was about to say the secret name, and someone
Is he allowed to say that?
My internet cut out. Maybe you didn't hear
They
that.
got him exactly what the other Jews.
That was divine intervention. That's why. It was divine intervention.
No, he's an atheist, and the internet is his God.
Sorry, my power just got turned off. I got the guy working here, so the internet cut out for a second. Yeah, it's just we don't know how to pronounce that. We've lost. We've lost the tradition of how to pronounce the four-letter name of God. It was held. Pardon me?
I had it on a post-it note, but now I can't find it.
Well, Yahweh has no vowels, right? But or
Yahweh,
whatever.
yeah, it
There are
has
no
an
vowels
A
in the
and a
Torah,
B.
Diego.
There's no vowels, right?
There is a tradition. There's a tradition in the Masoretic text of how to put the vowels on it, but those vowels translate to the pronunciation of the replacement word, not right. We punctuate Yud He Vav He as Adonai. Right, those are the vowels we put under those letters, because we don't know the way that the high priest used to pronounce it in the temple on Yom Kippur. We just don't. We've lost that tradition.
There you go.
How did we lose it? What happened?
We had a destruction of the temple and no more high priests.
They wrote it on a post-it note. The name is.
Oh, where's McZab? Bring in McZab.
Where's the
He doesn't know how to.
Levites?
He doesn't know how to say it either.
Don't we need some Levites?
Maybe, but they don't know how to say it either. It's long gone.
I know how to say it, but I'm not gonna share that with you.
Thank you.
Randy, you consider yourself a high priest?
Pay me, bitch, pay me. Do I consider myself a high priest? Yes, I am.
high part.
Amazing. High priest.
Do we call that a Pharisee?
No, the Pharisee is not a priest.
They were decidedly not
Say
priests.
fallacy?
Oh, did you say Pharisee or fallacy?
No, I said, is that how Chinese people say fallacy?
That is actually how they say it. Which one is it, Diego?
I just pinged in my
Pharisee.
He has to come back.
No, that's not a Pharisees are not priests.
Okay. So what do you call the high priest as opposed to a rabbi?
High priest.
Kohen Gadol?
There you go.
I wouldn't call him Gadol.
He was Gadol because he was the boss.
So what were the Pharisees then?
The Pharisees are the proto-rabbis. They're called Pharisees. In Hebrew, they're called prushim, which means interpreters. So they had a particular interpretation of the law that other groups like Sadducees and Essenes and Samaritans and Karaites didn't have. So that's why they were called that, because of their interpretive method.
So were they like rabbis wannabe?
They were sort of before the institution of rabbis, but yeah, they are rabbis. It's acceptable to think of them as like the earliest rabbis. Yeah,
But never officially.
it's different. Like they didn't call them that, right? That only in the later texts do we call people Rav and Rabbi. They are the Pharisees, right? The Pharisees have teachers. They call them rabbis sometimes, right? But like when you get to the Mishnah, the people in the Mishnah are called rabbi.
Okay. And you call them Pharisees as well.
I would only call them Pharisees when I was talking like about a particular historical period, and I wanted to like identify like a different political group or a sect.
Why did you laugh there, Diego?
No, just they don't consider themselves a sect. But this all happened after Jesus.
They are not a
It's
sect.
interesting.
No, dude, there's Pharisees at Jesus' time.
You're talking about, but those were the
No.
as he said. No, what Caleb said is correct.
No, I'm saying that the Ravs don't come up with until after Jesus shakes that whole foundations.
Yeah,
Am I wrong about that, Randy?
Yeah, because they were left with nothing but that. You can't have there's no temple.
Boom. And they'll never build it again.
We're not supposed to.
Not with that attitude.
No, I mean they could do it, but they don't do it.
They're
No,
not
they don't even have to. They don't even have to do it in Israel. They could just do it anywhere. They could do it in the United States.
They believe it will show up out of
In
nowhere.
Rome?
That is
Maybe they
classically
should build it
Jewish.
in
It'll show up
Gaza.
out of nowhere. That's classically Jewish.
Maybe they should build it in Gaza.
Just like Facebook arrived from Mark Zuckerberg, that type of thing, right?
It has to be in the city of David.
Oh, no, don't, man.
That does.
You're wrong about that, Randy. Come on, Randy.
It has to be in the city of King David. Yeah, it does. What are you talking about?
It can be anywhere. It's a spiritual situation.
No.
Diego, get your
Jewish.
Catholicism out of this.
Maybe you're right.
From their Jewish paradigm, it has to be. Like the rabbinical paradigm, not Jewish.
All right.
I believe rabbis are like diametrically opposed to Judaism. But from the rabbinical stance, that has to be.
Okay. I'll accept it.
Bro, it doesn't matter if you guys accept it or not. I still think we're wasting punching numbers while you guys, I listen to you, but like, yeah. You guys are wasting.
I'll allow it.
It doesn't matter if you allow it or not.
As far as I'm concerned, I mean, I'm looking at Next Era Energy stock. I mean, it looks like a good buy. That's what I care about. I don't give two
Oh,
damn.
wow. So Fish convinced you to
No,
look at
that
these
doesn't-
things.
That has nothing to do with what Fish mentioned. This is an energy stock. Utilities. It's like renewable and stuff. It's a growth stock that wants to be a dividend king, which is interesting. It's actually a good stock if you look at their finances. That's what I care about. I couldn't care less if Diego understands what the Pharisees are, or if Caleb wants gay marriage, or if this guy. I don't care.
Caleb wants gay marriage.
Yesterday, I was told that. Well, I saw him before defending gays like Daniel. But he said like gay is okay in Torah, which is something that's beyond me.
You have mentioned Daniel 4 times today in this room.
Yeah.
What's the deal here?
Whenever you guys,
Explain yourself.
Daniel's taken, Randy.
when you ask,
Yeah, Randy.
when you ask a question and don't want to listen to the answer, I call it the Daniel syndrome. So when you guys just interrupt everybody and like there's a conversation, that's why I'm telling you, bring in Daniel.
Being in the whole Blue Man group.
What a waste of time. Total waste of time. You've heard it been told to you, you shall not waste your seed. But that's literally what you do on this app every damn day.
Isn't it funny how the most annoying thing for Randy is that he gets interrupted when that is what he does every time on podcast.
That's not the issue. The issue is the lack of a conversation. I don't mind being interrupted if Diego wants to say something. But if you're... See, that's why I troll Isabel. I already told you that. Just because I can't take you guys seriously. There's no discussion, motherfucker. There's no other way. There's nothing. There's no education. There's only entertainment.
He's right about that. He's right about that. That's what I came to the conclusion of. There's no real discussion.
Yeah,
Do you remember the day that Randy and Rambleson were going at each other? And how they were complaining about each other not letting each other talk?
That's not what happened.
It's just, it's like,
That's not
it
what
was
happened.
crazy.
That's not what happened at all.
So Randy,
We
let's
experienced
discuss
it for
inside
over
trading.
30 minutes. Oh, sorry, Meyer. Go.
So Randy, let's discuss inside trading and if it should be legal or not.
Of course, it should be illegal.
Ooh.
That's not a conversation if you just end with "of course." Make your case.
We can have a conversation. Well, I think it's. I mean, I know you agree with me, so I'm not sure how we're gonna have a conversation. It's gonna be a boring conversation.
It's still a conversation.
You agree with each other?
I mean, I can have that. I would rather have something we disagree on. Oh, fine. Okay, I think it should be illegal because it's rigged and it's unfair, and like I'm busting these nuts trying to make a living when some bitch like Nancy Pelosi shows up. Through Paul Pelosi, she buys shit right before she pushes legislation that bumps it. I think it's very easy to see why that's unfair.
That's true.
That's risky.
Yeah, What do I get? Unfair? What do you mean by unfair?
It's inside trading because she knows the movement.
It's risk-free.
She knows how she is influencing the markets.
Yeah, but why? Yeah, let's go another level deeper. Why is that a problem? You're just jealous,
Go ahead,
so you're
defend
saying
it,
you're
Mayor.
rich.
Just get to the point.
Defend what? What am I defending?
Defend Nancy
Are you going to
Pelosi's.
defend inside trading, Maya?
I'm just telling you.
No, I'm gonna force him to make the argument completely.
Well, I'm giving it. I'm saying it's risk-free revenue.
But what's the unfair part? Means it hurts the market, or she can get rich if you can't.
No, it's simply
No, it's that she's playing with information.
Okay, but again, go a level deeper. Why is that a problem?
Do you know the nigger shows model?
Do I know that?
The nigger shows model. It's a pricing model. Efficient markets don't allow quote unquote free money or like risk-free revenue.
Well, they don't allow arbitrage. Risk-free, yeah.
Exactly. So no arbitrage condition. You can find it in a financial model called the nigger shows model. And
Post that. What is that?
Well, wait a second, Randy. It's not risk-free. I mean, she has to convince other people to vote on the legislation with her.
Wow. Okay, but she already knows. She already knows who's gonna vote for what. I mean, these guys talk, dude. Anyways, she's not even buying this.
Do you know the apps that track them? There's apps that can track their trade.
I'll write it in the chat for you. 1 second.
No, people track the trades of these people and copy them, trying to make money that way.
That's a smart way. I mean,
yeah, but that came after they realized that she was doing inside trading.
I should put it in the. She's not even. She's number 5, and there's 4 Republicans that make much more than she does inside trading.
She's not doing inside trading, or else they'd be litigated, right?
No, she is. She is doing it, but
they are litigated. They're having to convicted.
The Black Scholes model, not the.
Are they being prosecuted?
No.
No, I investigated. I don't think that's even good.
No, not the guys.
The chat. You should Google it. It's in the chat.
16 people. Wow, hit that subscribe button.
But anyways, the same goes for the capital asset pricing model, same goes for the business pricing, blah, 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 blah. There's no arbitrage condition. You do not get to have risk-free fucking revenue. And that is what you do with insider trading. It's gay, it's horrible. And the fact that you get to do it and I don't, that's just a rigged market. It's not efficient.
I don't think that's the best argument against it. I'm being serious. The best argument against it is that it hurts the efficiency of the market. And it makes... Oh, okay. No, the way you're framing it sounds like you're jealous.
Of course I'm jealous.
Okay, but that's not a good argument. Jealousy is not a good argument.
It is a good... My argument is...
Hey, Jews have been doing it for years.
My argument isn't that it's bad. My argument is bad when I don't get to benefit from it.
Yeah, that's not a good argument.
Of course it is.
No, it's not. It's not a good argument to say you shouldn't be able to rob a bank because I want to rob the bank. That's not a good argument.
Literally.
The standard of morality is my life. The standard of morality is my life.
That's exactly how you justify the creation of Israel.
Stop quoting Simon.
Okay, Diego, you're not following the conversation, just to end you.
Why do you get to have a country when I don't have a country? I want a country too.
My life is standard.
I want a tax.
You have a country.
That's not even close to truth, but it's okay.
I want to blow up little 4 third worlders.
Would you not do the same? If I was in Nancy Pelosi's shoes, I would drop you fucking idiot blind. I would drop you blind in ways you can't even imagine. I would do it even worse.
We know you would. Yeah. That's why we're happy to have you as a poor college student.
So you bet your ass. I'm just like you. The only difference between you and I is that I'm more honest.
Is the hair, the black curly hair.
So are you telling me
the quantity of
Okay, I'm gonna end this live stream, everybody. I hope you have a great Friday. This is like an art gallery. That's an Andy Warhol Hitler over there. This is an Andy Warhol Dick Tracy, a Dune poster, and then these are some newly framed posters. This is an Andy Warhol water painting. These are Norval Morrisseau prints.
You all know that you will drop shit blind. So I think everyone who talks about Nancy Pelosi is jealous, essentially. Which I'm one of them.
Hope you guys have a great
access to that corruption. I want accessible corruption, like Mexico.
Who put Susan Sontag up there? What a cunt.